Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Halverson Palace series. I'm so excited for this episode. There's so much I want to talk about. But right now we are at Princess Elena and Lord Aiden's house. And we're celebrating Maria's birthday. She is officially 15 years old. I mentioned in the last episode that every episode proceeding forward is going to be like a check-in every 3 months. So since last episode was December 31st, January 1st, because it was New Year's, now it's about March. So it's the time of Maria's birthday, and she's 15, and it's pretty crazy. So as you saw in the machinima, which I hope you really enjoyed. Sorry, I got distracted. Maria just gained a sentiment about Angelica. An adoring sentiment. That's so sweet. As you just saw in the machinima, Maria's friends threw her a surprise birthday party, which is so sweet. As you saw, Maria just came home from a sleepover that she had with Angelica at Angelica's house, and her friends were waiting in the house for her to come home, and now they're just celebrating her birthday and dancing a bit. I don't know what's going on with Khalil's arm. He's talking to someone and his elbow he seems very flexible. And they're here with their little kitty. Oh, Alfie. I love Alfie. He's so cute. Excuse me, George. Look at him. He's just watching George dance. So if it wasn't clear in the machinima, Opal is the nanny. She's sitting up here watching TV. She was playing dolls with Cassie, where is Cassie? Oh, she made it downstairs. Oh, she's dancing too. That's so cute. Woo! The whole gang is here. Charity is obviously here as well. As you can see, she is, her and Angelica aren't in an official relationship, but we saw last episode that they did have their first kiss. So there is definitely some romance going on between them. So, and she's Raymond's sister, and she's super sweet, and she's become good friends with Maria as well. So she's invited to this birthday party as well as Raymond, which I think Maria definitely really appreciates. Hold on. Sorry, they're in this awkward hallway dancing. So why don't we get you to complain about puberty to Raymond, or talk to your friends and have a good time. I thought this was a super sweet idea. It looks like Cassie is going back upstairs. But I thought this was a super sweet idea to celebrate Maria's 15th birthday, just having some fun with her friends. She will be celebrating with her parents later on today. Right now, I did send Aiden and Elena on a date, but let's just pretend that they're doing work and completing royal duties and such. I know that last time when all the kids were hanging out at the roller rink, just them, we found out that George had a little bit of a crush on Tanisha. Well, finds her very attractive, which I don't blame him. Tanisha's beautiful. I don't know where George is. He was here. Oh, and the pizza's here. Actually, let's get the pizza first, and then we can teleport him. So, I'm still gonna talk about him even though he's not here. As far as relationships go, I think that George is definitely not in... none of them are. They're so young. They're 15 years old. So as far as serious relationships go, I never want to put any pressure on any of them. Oh, Jordan's upset. So mentioning George, he isn't really the relationship type, at least for right now. He's just a little bit more of a party guy and wants to have a good time. Not really in the mood to have serious attachments or romantic scenarios that last more than 24 hours, if that makes sense. Oh, Cassie's here. She's gonna grab a slice of pizza too. Even though he thinks that Tanisha's very attractive, which I don't blame him for, I don't think that there's going to be any serious romance happening between them. I just want to set expectations now. Jordan has become much closer with George and the twins, Tanisha and Khalil. Him and George haven't really, haven't been super close because their personalities are so different from each other. George is more of the party guy, and Jordan is, he enjoys company, but he's just not as easily, he doesn't open up as easy as George does. But they've definitely gotten closer. I've mentioned before that they all go to the same school. Social hierarchy in high school is definitely a big thing that kind of consumes a kid's life. Trust me, I know. So I always pictured that George and Raymond were part of the big popular group because they have such a drawing energy. I've mentioned before, Raymond's like a really nice outgoing guy, so is George, whereas Jordan is a little bit more on the quiet side. So he's a little bit more on guard when he's first around new people. And I honestly don't think that if it wasn't for the whole royal noble situation that Jordan would be friends with George or Raymond. I know he went upstairs. I think he came to watch TV. Everybody likes watching TV in this room. Oh, and he came to take his anger out on the unicorn. I don't know why he's so pissed. But anyways, regarding the whole awkward situation with seeing each other at royal and noble events versus seeing each other at school, I think things have gotten a lot less awkward and they can officially call each other friends. So that's pretty nice. But speaking of Raymond, I think it's time to maybe get him to pull Maria aside while everyone is talking a little bit. They both obviously super like each other. I mean, if we check their relationship, as you can see, they're like super good friends and they definitely have a really high romance bar. They really like each other. You know, everything seems to fit. They have this same friends. Their personalities really mesh well together. So I think it's finally time to maybe act on those romantic feelings and solidify them with a first kiss. Okay, so Maria and Raymond officially had their first kiss. I don't know why they're hanging out in the bathroom, but I wanted to quickly show you the necklace that Raymond got her. This is what it looks like. It's very pretty. Here's it with reshade. Da, da, da. It's so cute. It's just like a little green, like a resin crystal type thing with a little heart, which is super sweet. We're gonna leave them to enjoy the party with the rest of their friends, continue celebrating Maria and her birthday. And meanwhile, we're gonna go to the palace and check on our pregnant princesses. Okay, so back at the palace, it has, as I said before, been officially 3 months since the last episode. So Annalise and Erica are at the end of their first trimester, kind of starting to go into their second one, so which means you can barely see any bump, but she's definitely feeling the pregnancy symptoms, as you can see on her face. See, now that she's standing, you can see it a little bit better. You can barely see it, but it's there. She's just so small. But it was really important to Annalise and Julian to wait to tell the public. They told Genevieve and Martha, but they haven't told anyone else, including Erica and Derek. But Annalise and Julian wanted to fully wait until Annalise is officially out of the first trimester to tell more people. There's less of a risk of a miscarriage because I know it's more common to happen in the first trimester, but things are going well for Annalise in this pregnancy. Let's hope that they continue to go well. So today is a very important day. Erica and Derek are here. They haven't been to the Halverson Palace or the Halverson Kingdom in 3 months. Last time we left off, we know that there was some tension between the girls and their mother because Erica, she went behind her mother and her sister's back and did some very dangerous things that we talked about in the last 2 episodes. But she, as I mentioned, she is very stubborn and she's obviously very over emotional because she is pregnant. You can barely see her bump too, but she is. And she has not been willing to apologize. However, she did have a conversation over the phone with Julian within the 3 months that she wasn't talking to her sister or her mother. Erica couldn't help herself but check in with Julian and ask how her sister's doing because she obviously missed her. Pregnancy has not been easy for Erica within those last 3 months, even though it's been such a short time. Erica is a very go-getter, fast-paced type of person, wants to juggle a million things at once. And now that she's been experiencing, first symptoms of pregnancy, including nausea, being tired and stuff like that, she can't move around as fast as she once was able to. So it's kind of put her in a little bit of a depressed mood because she wasn't able to do the things that she once did. And I think because of that, it made her miss her sister and her mom, a lot. And I think Derek was definitely sensing that and realized, she needs her family. Enough's enough. Let's finally have this conversation, figure it all out, and be done with all the nonsense. So how I would imagine this conversation were to go is that Erica would basically apologize, which is something that really takes back Annalise and Genevieve being like, what's going on? Something must be wrong, or she's not feeling well, or whatever. But I think enough time has passed where it's getting a little ridiculous to the point to hold grudges and to not admit that you're wrong. And I think she realizes that and just apologizes and says that it was really childish and it was something that 16-year-old me would do, and I don't want to keep things from you anymore. And I'm sorry that I've totally went MIA for the last 3 months. And I think Genevieve would totally be like, what the hell? Why did it take so long? Was that really that hard? And within a spurt of just talking and over each other and being like, why did it take so long? This was stupid, kind of blaming themselves but also blaming each other, I think Erica would just be like, oh, I'm pregnant. And then Annalise would be like, what? Me too. And then everyone would freak out because they're pregnant at the same time, and which is really crazy and exciting and very unexpected and definitely an awkward time to be pregnant at the same time because it was just after this big fight. And I think they're going to get food. They're hungry. But yeah, that's how I would imagine the conversation going. So finally, the word is out. Both sisters know that they're pregnant now and they can hopefully enjoy pregnancy together. I'm sure Erica would probably pull Annalise to the side and ask her how she's feeling, and Annalise would ask how Erica's feeling as well. For Annalise, this might be a little bit scary. She mentioned in the machinima in the last episode that she's very scared, and I'm sure she is feeling she's still feeling scared, but she's trying to look on the bright side and trying to focus on the positive, optimistic side, and that everything is going to be okay, and the baby is healthy and safe, and she'll be healthy and safe. Whereas Erica has, as I mentioned before, her mood has changed. She's obviously very grateful that she is pregnant, especially during a time now where things are safe as far as magic side of the story goes. Things are safe, so she's very grateful that she did find out that she's pregnant now. However, it's been really tough for her the first trimester, and her mood has definitely changed and stuff like that. So yeah, I also wanted to mention that I got this, I don't know if you can tell by their teeth, but I got this overlay of teeth that just makes the teeth look a little bit more realistic, and I absolutely love it. Look at their teeth. They look so good. I love it. I'll link the download to the overlay in the description because they're so cute. I love it. I also wanted to I was thinking about making a video just by itself about this topic that I wanted to talk about, But I was thinking, and I want to apologize for maybe not paying enough attention to Julian's side of the story, or the mental health aspect. I'm not doing the mental health aspect of Julian and Annalise's side enough justice. I feel like, as someone with the disease of depression, I am finding it difficult to explain it to someone who doesn't have it. And with doing so, I'm scared that I'm minimizing the problem, or I'm making it seem less than it actually is. And I'm not a therapist, but I am someone who struggles with the disease. And even though my story and Julian's and Annalise's story are completely different, the thoughts that they struggle about, self-doubt and self-blame, are definitely something that I can relate to. I never want to romanticize or glorify what the disease actually is. I'm calling it a disease because it is a disease. It's a mental illness, but it's definitely, a disease. It doesn't go away. It's something you battle with every day. And as far as Annalise and Julian go, their depression was not innate. It was triggered by certain circumstances. For Annalise, it was the loss of her child. For Julian, it was the loss of so many people. And they're trying their best to get through it. They've taken all the right precautions with sourcing out all different types of options, including professional help. And I want to make it very clear that just because you go to a mental health professional doesn't mean that automatically everything is better. Just because you take the right steps doesn't mean that in an instant everything is going to go away and everything is going to be perfectly fine. Those people are supposed to help assist you in your journey to get better. So it is a long process and it is a journey, and I never want to make it seem like this is something easy. It's like taking a magic pill or doing a certain step and everything just goes away. I've seen a lot of stories on my feed who use mental illness as a stepping stone in creating a romance story. That has really taken me back, because that's not what it is. It's not just a romantic idea of, oh, I have this problem and now this other person has come into my life and he or she has solved all of my problems and fixed my mental illness. It doesn't work that way. It's a personal journey, and people can help assist you with that journey, but at the end of the day, nobody can take those problems away. No one can save you besides yourself. There are people that can help you, but it's not a matter of someone coming in and saving the day, if that makes sense. Also doesn't make you stupid. You can also be suffering from depression and anxiety, and in a moment of distress, not make stupid decisions. It doesn't make you dumb. You can definitely be able to function in a safe manner when dealing with these mental illnesses. So yeah, that's just something that I wanted to say. I've been really analyzing the way that I've expressed more so Julian and Annalise's mental health journey in my story, because I never want to contribute to that culture of minimizing what depression actually is. And there are many cases where it's something that you can conquer, and there are a lot of cases where it's something that you can't, and you'll have to, continue to battle throughout your life. However, it can get easier and it can get better. Julian has been doing a lot better. As I mentioned before, his depression was triggered. It wasn't innate. It wasn't like, some mental illnesses like depression can be genetic. For Julian, it wasn't. It was very much triggered by the loss of so many people in his life. However, he's continuing to work through his hardships, battling his depression and grief, as well as Annalise. And it just takes time. I can't sit here and tell you how they're battling it. I can't sit here and tell you what they're supposed to do, because like I said, every journey is different, and I'm not a mental health professional, but do know from experience that it is helpful. It just takes a lot longer than you think. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so emotional and personal with that, but just be patient with yourself. I guess that's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm really happy that Maria had a good time at her birthday party, and I'm really glad that at least Erica and Genevieve finally sorted out their family differences and there's no more fighting, and now the girls know that they're both pregnant at the same time, which is a really cool experience that they both get to enjoy now together. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.